Hey guys, welcome in this new video. I hope that all of you are doing great. In this video, I want to expose a lie that you've been told and that is actually ruining your trading. So let's actually get right into it. Make sure as well you are subscribed to the YouTube channel if it's not already done, and you can also leave a like under this video. I would truly appreciate it. So in today's society, we hear a lot of people say one thing, which is that perfectionist, being a perfectionist, always wanting things to be perfect, is a bad trait. Okay, a lot of people believe that. A lot of people say that. So in most of the aspects of life, I would say that it's true, right? Like if you always try to have the perfect diet, or the perfect relationship, or the perfect car, like always trying to have perfection, well, it will be really hard to find. It's merely even impossible, right, in some situations. So yes, being a perfectionist at few things in life is not something good. It's actually something really bad. Now, in trading, I would not agree with this. In trading, I believe that you need to get as close as possible to perfection. Now, it doesn't mean that you will reach perfection. It doesn't mean that one day you will never take any losses. That's not what it means. But it means that in terms of your understanding of the market, in terms of your analysis, in terms of your risk management, in terms of your trading execution, you need to get as close as possible to perfection. That's really important, And a lot of people, as I said, since they've been told, since they're young, that being a perfectionist is not a good thing, they will not have this idea in mind when it comes to their trading, and therefore they will not always try to improve. They will not always try to get a little better every day, to go to the next level, basically. You understand what I mean? So being a perfectionist in most situations, as I said, yes, it's probably not a really good mindset to have, but in trading, that's not the case. In trading, you have to be a perfectionist. Believe me, guys, you need to be a perfectionist. You need that every trade is being calculated. You need to know exactly when you will take the trade, where you will get out, when you will take your profit, what will you do in this situation, in that situation. You need to know everything. You need to be a perfectionist, because trading is not easy, right? Trading is really hard, and just think about it. The people who trade millions and millions and millions, do you think that they're just doing it a little randomly and not thinking about it too much? No, it doesn't work like that. They take it very, very, very seriously. That's the reason why they trade millions, right? And so a lot of people say, for example, oh, when I will trade millions, then I will be more serious. No, my friend, that's not how it works. You are serious and then you trade millions, right? Like trading on a huge account, making a lot of money in trading is the result of taking this activity seriously, right? Not the opposite. Most people believe that, oh yeah, when I get to a huge level, then I will be more serious. Then I will, create habits. Then I will do this, do that. No, that's not how it works. You put in the fucking work, you are patient, you know what you're doing, you get serious, you follow a trading plan, and then you make it happen, right? So that's what I'm saying, that you need to be a perfectionist. It's really, really important. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you can expect on the market. You need to know how to react to any situation. You need to know the fundamental, the technical. You need to know everything about trading if you want to really become good at this. So stop believing this fucking lie. Okay, I think that this is how I will name the video. Stop believing this lie, because it's enough. I've heard it enough times. It blows my mind every time someone say that when it comes to trading. Like, you need to be perfectionist, guys. It's not easy. Trading is really hard. I already said that multiple times, but like, that's just the game. Like, if you want to be a successful trader, you will need to play according to the rules of the game. Trading at the end of the day is, let's say, a mathematical game. It doesn't mean that you have to be good in mathematics to be good in trading. I mean, those two things are pretty much like not really related, but you need to have a critical mind. You need to know how to think. You need to know how to rationalize an idea or a concept, and you need to know how to apply logic into the chart and into your understanding of the market. And you need as well to be able to separate, what is true and what is not true in your mind, And for example, that's the concept that I'm talking about today, which is being a perfectionist, right? So you need to be able to differentiate basically what people tell you, if it can really be applied, and you just need overall to have a critical mind, as I said, to be able to judge if something is actually good or not for you. So being a perfectionist in trading for me is one of the most important component to my success. And I know once again that it sounds a little controversial because a lot of people tell you to not be perfectionist, but I'm telling you otherwise, my friend. The reason why I've been able to reach a good level in trading, the reason why I've been able to maintain a 80 to 85% win-lose ratio over the time, and the reason why I have very good returns, month after month into my trading is because I'm a perfectionist in my trading. I take it very seriously. I always know when there is a news coming out. I always know what's the chart looking like. I always know the different possibilities of how the market could develop. I always know what I'm expecting, and I always know what I will do depending on how the market moves. Do you do that, right? Ask yourself this question. Am I doing this? Am I doing my homework, right? Am I taking it seriously enough to have the same type of results as Anthony, right? Is it the case or is it not the case? Do I really have the good knowledge, or do I have just some average knowledge that I found on the internet, right? Do I really know how to trade, or do I think I know how to trade, right? Ask yourself those questions, and you will see that for most of you guys, the answer to those questions will basically put you in context of where you are in your trading, and you will start to understand why. If you're not profitable, why is the case, Because if you're not profitable, it's your fault, right? We have access to the same information for the most part. We're looking at the same chart. As long as you have a computer and the internet connection, you can see the same charts as I do. So we pretty much have access to the same information. So at the end of the day, I think you have to be authentic with yourself, and you have to take responsibility for your success, right? Like, don't blame other people or don't look for external excuses. Try to look within and see where you can improve. And one of the ways that you can improve is by becoming a perfectionist in your trading, by making sure that everything is clear, by everything is on point. And when you do that, you become a much better trader because everything gets systematic, everything gets into a system, and becomes a habit that you follow every day and that create constant results. That's the idea. When trading becomes a habit, when trading becomes something part of your life and part of yourself, you start to have constant results because you just repeat what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, which is why I said the word homework, right? You need to do your homework if you want to be a good trader. But in order to be able to do those homework, you need to be a perfectionist in the first place, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you are not a perfectionist in the first place, you will not ask yourself enough questions. You will not reconsider your analysis. You will not want to forecast multiple times per day the market. You understand what I'm saying? So when you start first with the mindset of being a perfectionist, and when you actually why my screen okay so when you start first with the mindset of being a perfectionist, then you will start to do more work on your trading. You will start to ask yourself more questions, which will lead you to do your homework, and this will lead you to have good results, right? So all of this comes back to what I said at the beginning. You don't get serious when you make millions. You get serious and then you make millions, right? Most people see it the other way, as I said, but that is the correct form, right? So become a perfectionist, do your homework, and get results. That's the idea. Those are the 3 steps to achieve profitability. And the reason why I'm talking about these 3 steps right now in this video is because I know that a lot of you guys are not doing that, Because of course I could talk about other things for you to become profitable, but those things, I've already covered them in other videos. Have a good mindset, good risk management, blah blah blah, right? So I've already talked about these things in other videos, but I've realized that I've never mentioned perfectionist, and that's actually a really huge part of my trading and my philosophy to actually be a good trader. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 little steps, as I said, to become profitable, and just this little talk about perfectionist and why it's so important to implement in your trading. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave it a like. I would surely appreciate it, and you can also share the video around you. That would mean a lot to me. So on that, take care, trade with care, manage money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.